We are waking up to a stock market that is beginning to crash. We have stock prices down significantly in the S&P futures, the Nasdaq futures, and it's following a week where we had stock prices really go down last week. All this is really setting up for what could be a really tough week of stock prices going down. In Japan, the stock market is down more than 12%. And the Japanese stock market had been doing really well in the recent years. It was really performing well. It caught my attention. I wanted to see if I could buy a Japanese stock or two, and that never happened. But today they're having a real tough day. And a whole index going down 12% really catches my attention. Bitcoin is down, and a lot of quality companies are down. It's pretty incredible. Oil prices are down. It just seems like everything is down. The one exception is bonds. The bond market is actually doing well. Bonds are actually going up in value because as interest rates drop, bonds will go up in value. So I wanted to record a video and just share with you what I'm doing this week. And although the news is tough, which is, hey, stock prices are dropping. For example, Apple is dropping more than 8% in the pre-market. That's pretty bad. Alphabet Google's down more than 5%. Amazon, which is a high quality company, is down more than 5%. Now, these drops in stock prices for these good companies is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to buy a great company at a discount. The discounts that are coming in are really just the market being scared and a lot of emotion being played out. I wanted to really focus on what is the mission of my portfolio, really focus on that. And the mission hasn't changed, which is to create a great return from the investments I've made in stocks, bonds, crypto, and real estate. And that mission will not change. The long-term course is to get a great return. Stocks are proven over a long period of time to provide the best return to an investor. But stocks will give investors tough periods of time where they correct. It could be a year, it could be a little longer, it could be a week, it could be a month of the stock market really selling off. It could be frustrating to look at your portfolio and see those losses. It's a lot funner to see when the stock market's rising and you see, hey, I made X amount of money this week, this month. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough August. We are in the third day of trading in August. And so far from my portfolio, I've got some big losses on stocks. My bonds have risen in value. But overall, I'm using this as an opportunity to buy more shares into companies that I really want to own. Some lessons learned is the way this correction is setting up. For a couple of months, I've shared on my videos and live streams that I did think the stock market was too expensive, and companies like Nvidia priced extremely high, as well as other stocks. Nvidia is not the only one. And now is a time when maybe those stocks will be correcting and they'll be more fairly priced, maybe a little closer to their intrinsic value, closer to their fundamentals. Over the last couple of months, I've also shared that I sold off stocks to create more cash, to be in a position where I could take advantage of a correction and maybe at some point seeing stocks really come down to prices that are more investable. And I think that's happening this week. So I'm glad that was the case. My bond portfolio and what it serves. Over the last 2 to 3 years, interest rates have really increased. And the increase in interest rates created an opportunity to invest in bonds because they began to yield a better return. And that was a really good move. And what I decided was to create a bond ladder for 5 years and really take my living expenses off the table for the next 5 years, meaning that bond portfolio can take care of me and my family for 5 years. That's off the table. That way I could focus on stocks really having a long-term mission of having a great rate of return. That's the focus of my stock portfolio. And this week is going to be an opportunity. It's going to be noisy. There's going to be a lot of blaming the Federal Reserve. Why didn't they lower interest rates? Why did they wait so long? And it happens to be a Monday, but I think the analogy applies. A lot of Monday morning quarterbacking, meaning why didn't the Fed do all these things in the past that could have maybe prevented such a correction? It's going to be noisy. I'm going to try not to listen to that noise because really, reality is the stock market's been doing great for a year and a half. maybe going on 2 years. The rate of return in 2023 for the S&P was excellent. Even with this correction, the S&P is still going to be in positive territory year to date for 2024, as well as the NASDAQ is going to be in positive territory. But this definitely is going to set the week up to be a really tough week. So I encourage you to just go back to your mission statement of your portfolio. What is it you're trying to accomplish? What are you trying to accomplish over the next 5 years? And in a way, this correction might help us all. It might help us all because as we get through this correction and stocks begin to rise, you may be able to tap into a really great rate of return. Let me show you an example. We're looking at Amazon, and Amazon has corrected and really crashed over the last couple of years. Starting in 2021, the stock market thought Amazon was terrible, sold it off by 54%. This is the number one e-commerce platform in the history of Earth. They're such an exceptional company. The stock market just sold it off. And investors who bought Amazon at the very low point and really rode it up to this point were rewarded by their money doubling in value in about a year and a half. That's phenomenal. And that's what crashes do. They really set up for a great investing opportunity into great businesses that I want to own. So yes, it's a tough period of time to see stocks really correct, but it's a great opportunity to try to buy more shares in companies that I want to own. So I wanted to record a video and just share it with the community of investors that follow my YouTube channel. All the regulars, hang in there. I'll talk to you on Discord, and this is going to be an opportunity. I know it's going to be tough to see some stocks go down significantly, and across the board, our portfolios are just going to be terrible today and terrible this week. But again, there's a great opportunity ahead. Let's focus on the mission, and let's make a lot of money over a long period of time. Good luck investing, and take care.